Hello, 2023 Envirothon teams. My name is Britta Dempsey. I'm the coordinator of the Envirothon. I'm so excited to see you very soon in Uxbridge. I wanted to give you a little bit of information about how the day is going to go so that you'll be ready. Please send me an email if you have any questions that aren't answered in this. So, Thursday, May 25th. Please arrive at Blackstone River and Canal Heritage State Park in Uxbridge, Massachusetts. That's south of Worcester. If you can get there by 8, we will get you registered with a name tag, and we'll have breakfast snacks. Bring a mug if you like warm things. And get all ready at 8:30. I'll tell you about what that's going to be in just a second. What should you bring? Please consider bringing a clipboard. We'll have extra pencils, but it's good to have a pencil or two that you like to write with. Bring your water bottle. We are trying to reduce our waste as much as possible. All of our stuff is compostable, but the less of it we use, the better, right? So bring a water bottle. You should wear sturdy shoes. I recommend long pants, even if it's going to be a warm day, because you end up sitting in the grass and ticks and poison ivy, etc. Layers are good. It's often chilly in the morning and not chilly later. And we will be doing this rain or shine. So be ready with a raincoat in case. I'm hoping it's going to be a beautiful day, but sometimes it's not. And we still have a great time. You'll be warmer though if you have a raincoat. Okay. So pay attention to that, please, and start thinking about what you're going to bring with you. Please do not bring your cell phone or any reference materials. You literally just need a clipboard and a pencil to take the test. Your cell phone should not be on your person during the competition. It can be with your coach, it can be in the car, it can be or bus or wherever you are getting here. But it may not be on you and definitely not in use during the competition. If you see anyone using a cell phone during the competition, please quietly tell one of the test proctors so that we can take steps to rectify that. You're going to arrive by 8 so that you have time to get registered and have a snack. At 8:30, we'll have a welcome with announcements. You'll then meet a team guide, and at 8:45, the first horn sounds and we head out to the stations. At 8:50, the first testing session starts. You will be circulating with your team members and 4 or 5 other teams. The last period ends at 12:50, and then we have lunch. Woohoo! There will be snacks and water available throughout the day at the stations. And there are restrooms available in various locations, and your team guide can help you get there. You need to use one. You and your 4 teammates, I'm assuming most people are in a team of 5. There are some teams that have fewer than that. And that's okay. And there's some teams that have more than that. I'll talk about that in a second. But I'm assuming 5 kids on your team. So you and your 4 buddies will be with 3 or 4 other teams from other schools. And you will start at a station here somewhere. Let's say you start at the forest station. So that's your first session. Then after the horn blows, you gather your stuff. The team guide will lead you to wildlife, where you get settled, have a snack if you need it. I say snack a lot. I'm always hungry. We've got good snacks. Don't worry. Anyways, get ready, listen to the directions so that when the horn blows for the next session, you're ready to start testing. Then you'd move, the team guide would then bring you to the current issue station, then all the way over to soil, to water, and then you're done. That's the whole day. Okay, so what does that mean? You add a testing station. There are these tents with lots of helpers who will guide you around and tell you where you need to do. You'll work with your team to complete the test. Each session is 40 minutes long. Sometimes it's a good idea to split the test up and each work on a different part, or you may want to work all together. Some things require the materials on the table, some require moving around in the site. We will have a soil pit dug at the soil station, so you will be have an opportunity to measure the layers, etc. Answer questions about that. And identifying things, there's lots of resources there at the stations for you to use to help. So don't feel like you have to memorize absolutely everything, but you should be familiar with some of the materials that might be available there, like how to use that field guide. What does it mean to be looking, what characteristics are you looking for on the thing you're trying to identify, for example? And this is just a very narrow focus of what you might encounter. Okay, any questions, anything looked odd, whatever, talk to one of the people who have a volunteer badge on, or your team guide is there to assist you as you move about the site. Okay. The current issue station is a little bit different. And the first thing I want to say about it is you have plenty of time. Okay. Keep hearing that from me. Right. So when you get there, you'll come to a welcome tent and you will be assigned one of the presentation tents. Your presentation materials, which you will have dropped off with me when you register in the morning, will be waiting for you. And you will take them to your tent and meet a presentation host. That host is on your side. Okay. Their job is to make sure that you have what you need and that you are ready. And they will then introduce you to the judges who are in the tent. They have the presentation host is in charge of the timer. And then we'll facilitate making sure that the session works well. In the 40-minute time block, you have a 15-minute presentation. Right. And then 10 minutes of questions from the judges. It's a lot of fun. It's not scary. People are like, oh my God, it's great. Just talk about what you learned because you know all sorts of stuff about your current issue. That's only 25 minutes and you have a 40-minute block. Okay. So if you need 2 minutes before you start, you don't feel like you have to be in the tent, ready to go when the horn blows. Okay. Big deep breaths. Enjoy your time. Okay. Don't squander it or anything like that, but you don't need to be panicked, particularly at the current issue station. You have plenty of time. Okay. So you do your 15 minutes, you do your questions. There can be an informal discussion after the judges get to ask their questions. You can ask them questions. What do you want to know about? There's people come from all over the state to be part of Envirothon. They're so excited to hear from you. And they all are in some environmental field. So ask them questions too. How did they get where they are right now? What is their favorite part about their job? What did they study in college? What are you interested in? You know, whatever's interesting to you too. It doesn't have to be a one-way street here with them peppering you with questions. So relax, and they're so excited to hear what you have to say about what's going on in your town. So got a good turnout this year in the judge department. All right. When you're all done, you'll wrap up your stuff from your materials, bring them back to the current issue welcome tent, which is very nearby, so that you don't have to worry about them for the rest of the day. The team guide will gather you up and walk you off to your next station. Okay. So again, lots of time here, right, to do a really excellent job. You only have 15 minutes to present though. Okay. You just don't have to start immediately when the horn sounds. Okay. The questions I get asked about this. All right. So hopefully that helps you get a feel for the day. Finally, at 12:50, it will be lunchtime. You will come back to the tent, the main tent. We will feed you delicious food. We will compost everything we aren't eating, like those plates. Lisa got you ice cream. Yay. We'll take a big group photo at like 1:45, and then at 2:00 we'll have an award ceremony, talking about the celebrating the folks that have done the community engagement awards, and that you'll hear about all the prizes that winning teams, high scoring teams will win. So and then people disperse. The day's over. All right, so some questions that I've gotten that I want to make sure that you know are mostly pertain to folks who have more than 5 kids attending from your school. So if you're in the 5-member team or less, you don't need to keep watching. I'll see you on the 25th. For the rest of you, just in case you're curious, right? The competition is designed for teams of 5. Okay. If you have more kids than that, we can do 2 teams. Right. I'm getting a lot of questions about, can we switch colors right now? You have a blue team and a green team. Yes, until the morning of the 25th, you can switch people around. Okay. But the sooner I know about that, the better. And particularly if it's like a totally different person subbing in, I would appreciate that, because name tags, name tags. After you register and you get that sticker on your name tag, that's it. You are on blue or green or maroon or gold or whatever color you're choosing. Okay. Yes, coaches can still view both presentations. You will not be traveling with your team from the other team from your school will not be in the same group going to station to station. They'll go in a different order. Okay. So yes, your coach can see both of those presentations. Coaches will also get to tour the stations when you're not there. So that's important. Okay. Most of you are easily in one camp or the other, but if, for example, you don't have any alternates and somebody gets sick, so you've got an 8 or 9, group of 8 or 9. It's okay to have a team of 3 or 4. Okay, you can't have a team of 2 or 1. So you may need to make some decisions at the last minute. Okay. Anyone on the blue team wins, the green team is eligible for as alternates for NCF. Only one of those teams will be listed in the top 1st through 5th places, though, at Envirothon. Okay, at Massachusetts Envirothon. If you have 6 or 7 students on the day of the competition, okay, you can list them as alternates, okay, which then keeps them eligible. But those 2 extra kids wouldn't attend, 1 or 2 extra. So only 5 would come to the event. Okay. Or all the kids can come and compete in teams of 3 or 4, but then they're not eligible to advance to NCF. If this is complicated or worrying to you, please send me an email and we'll set up a time and I can explain it better. Okay. But just to clarify, you have to have 5 kids and win in order to go on to NCF. Okay. You can win a station with a team of 3 or 4. Okay. But you can't place and you can't advance to NCF if you only have 3 or 4 kids. All right. And I think that covers most of it. But again, if that doesn't make sense, please send me an email and I will set up a time and I can try to answer more specific questions. Right. It's a little bit different, but it worked last year and I think we're going to be okay. So I hope lots of people from your school want to come and have 2 teams of 5. Yay. Anyways, I'll see you on the 25th.